So as I was saying, the video segments only last about 5 minutes at a time, so we have multiple segments. So as I was finishing up, I believe I said they invaded into Poland. The invasion lasted, like I said, a little more than a month, maybe not real long, long enough that the French and the British were upset. Uh, that we said it was the final straw. This is when the French and the British declare war and said you can't get away with doing this anymore. We're not going to be pushovers any longer, and so war is declared. And so that's why we technically see September 1st, 1939, as being the opening day of World War II, the beginning of World War II. But it doesn't mean that the British or the French are going to have the ability to attack and have any effect as far as stopping the invasion into Poland, because it happened too fast. Hence the term Blitzkrieg, right? And so yeah, pretty scary stuff. All right, so let's go to our next thing here. So one of the things that also happened is that the Soviets are actually going to attack as well. And you might go, what do you mean they're going to attack as well? Well, um, part of the non-aggression pact, from Stalin's perspective, part of the non-aggression pact is that we're not going to attack you, you're not going to attack us, and so he's like, we're not just going to sit back and do this for no reason. Basically, the idea is that um, if the Germans are going to attack places, why don't we go ahead and take parts that we are interested in as well? So they did attack into the Baltic states. They actually Baltic states, so that would be like modern day Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, along the Baltic Sea, as well as, and here's a big key, as well as Finland. Now, Finland, when they attack Finland, there we go, sound effects, we'll throw those in there. And in case you didn't realize, they kind of sound a little bit more like something off from Star Wars, but the sound effects are pretty cool. So let's just keep going with that thought. So, so when they attacked into Finland, well, I'm not making fun of Finland, but maybe I am a little bit. The Finns are not a country that people think of as like this super uh, powerhouse as far as their military ability. They're not, but it says something for the fact that when the Russians attacked Finland, did they eventually defeat Finland? The answer to that is yes. However, they actually struggled in defeating Finland. It should have been what most people would have thought was like, okay, they attacked into Finland, they'll take them really easily. It ultimately didn't work out exactly like that. And so, because of the fact that it didn't work out really like not complicated, I guess we'll say, the Finns put up a fight. The world kind of sat back, and from this person's perspective, I think that antagonized Hitler later on. Sorry, spoiler. It maybe antagonized Hitler later on to be like, Russia is an easy target because heck, they can't hardly beat the Finns, and so the fact that they struggled with Finland is going to have an effect on Hitler's opinion of Russia, and that Russia is not that hard of a target. Okay, so the war technically starts, like I said, September 1st, 1939 is the beginning of the war. But we go into this thing really, really quickly called the phony war. If something is phony, it's false, it's fake. And so the beginning of the war, sometimes historically, is called the phony war. And the reason it's called the phony war is because after the invasion of Poland and the Russians invading the Baltic states and Finland, there's this really weird calm before the storm, and we call it the phony war. And why is there this big calm before the fighting does start? I think the way for me to describe it is it's like everybody kind of took a big deep breath, right? I think of it like going to, I don't know, I've never been skydiving, right? But I'm I'm positive that if I would ever go skydiving, first of all, I'd probably poop my pants. But before I did, like when they get to the door, I'm pretty sure there'd be a big deep breath before I could actually jump out of the plane. That big holy crap, I can't believe I'm doing this kind of thing. And I think that might kind of be that would kind of fit the that would be a good analogy for this, because of the idea that both sides recognize that how uh, World War